the camera work.
Yes.
Hold on. Hi, everybody. Let's try 1 second.
We don't need the
No,
intro.
the intro's important.
Don't
It's an
cry.
important part of everything. Hold
No,
on. Let's see.
People have
Will this
no
work?
idea what they're watching.
Let's
if
find
they don't
out.
see this.
Oh! It's Happy Place Live! Live with the Explorers! Hey!
Can you hear us?
I think we're live. Wasn't that worth it?
Look
Was
at
that worth it to everybody out there?
I just noticed it says live with the Explorers. Has it always said that?
Yes! I put a lot of time and effort into that intro.
It's beautiful. I'm just so distracted by the finer points of it.
Hi Laura, hi Betty, and the Beast, which I realized last week I didn't acknowledge. Did you know Betty and the Beast is the pair? It's Betty and her husband the Beast.
Oh, that makes sense.
Of course.
Anyway, hi Rich, hi Tybalt, hi Laura, hi Ben is not Ren, hi Ed, hi Andrew, hi Rich, I already said that, hi John, hi Tybalt, did I already do that? Hi Javier, Andrew, I'm going through everybody again. Hi Jamie.
I get it. Hi,
All
everyone.
right, we're here, it's Tuesday.
Hello, family.
Hello family, it's Happy Place Live. We have some exciting news to share right off the bat. There's a new explorer to introduce you to. Our friend Javier, Explorer Javier, has a new kitten. Meet Flynn Rider.
Oh
Hold
my
on.
goodness.
Let me get a better picture. Oh, adorable.
It even looks like he's like wearing a little mask.
It's adorable. Hi Disney, Lost Boys and Girls. Hi Blue
So-
Wanderer.
We definitely need to take credit for the name of that.
A Flynn Rider.
This collective group. I think
We did
was
it.
just last week that we talked about what Javier should name his kitten, and now his name is Flynn Rider, which is such an amazing name
Look
for his
at
kitten.
Oh, I wanted a kitten.
Don't.
Explorer is his middle name.
Flynn Explorer Rider. Anyway,
Oh, he looks like a
congratulations. Congratulations, Javier and the Javier family. It's exciting times.
Cute.
Jordan, you want
That's
to
right,
share?
it was Ed.
You want to share your? Do
Immediately said Flynn Rider.
you want to share your new
Yes.
edition? Jordan
We
has
need
some
to get,
exciting news.
Happy Place Explorer shirt for Flynn Rider.
A little kitten shirt.
I don't want to upstage Flynn Rider at all, but I got a little
Oh,
gift here
look at
as
that guy.
well.
The little girl.
No, say hi to the Explorers, little lady.
Oh, do you feel left out?
Our cats are hungry.
Show off your cat.
Ollie, are you coming over? Oh, he looks nervous. Aw. Hey guys,
Trying to lighten you
it's
up
Happy
so
Place.
people can see you.
It's Happy Place Live, the cat hour.
We're cat.
Oh.
He wasn't happy about that.
Anyway, I gotta feed them. I'm probably gonna do that. in the
This
live
is
stream.
Daisy, so she's got a Disney name too.
Aw, Daisy, like
She's
a
so
duck.
cute.
Oh, look at her.
She's a little fuzzball,
Oh, it's the tiniest meow.
but she's always whining. It's like, come on, you're always whining. And so she's sweet.
Oh my gosh.
Tiny Daisy. Ed says she's trying to kill you, Jordan.
I'm pretty. See, I can handle her at this size. She's plotting. That's the issue. But
Look
she's
at these.
coming.
See, Tybalt's a dog guy.
Sometimes I just get lost in her little eyes. Cats are something else, right?
It's true.
It's interesting because I used to extremely dislike cats, and I was allergic to them. And then Joey found Simba in the bushes at our college apartment as a kitten, and I said, take him to the Humane Society. And then I came home to a kitten. Joey was gone. All my friends were there, and I said, where's Joey? And they said, oh, he went to the store to buy a litter and food and toys.
No one's necessarily a cat person right out of the gate, but once you get a cat, you're a cat
Oh,
person
it changed
for life, instantaneously.
I would always consider myself a dog person.
Yes.
I'm always up for a dog, but cats get a bad rap sometimes. Oh man, they're fun.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Especially if they like you. That's a double bonus.
how's everyone doing today in the chat?
Ask for forgiveness, not permission. Yes, Jenny, that was the situation that happened.
Cuteness overcomes any allergy. Let's just say.
I'm not allergic anymore. I had to take Zyrtec for like 3 months straight, but hey.
But that's what it takes.
It's nice to not be allergic to cats anymore, so.
Laura's cat, Gypsy, is her best friend for 17 years. I had a cat for a really long time too, Toby, growing up.
He was
It's like
24.
20-something. Yeah, that was ridiculous.
Holy moly.
I know.
Joey's parents had him before they had Joey.
Mm-hmm.
What did he look like near the end?
He was sad.
He was...
He was a good cat. He was an old cat, but he was a good cat.
Yeah, he was.
Wow, what a sad way to start out the live
No, it
stream.
started out good. We were all showing kittens.
That's
Honor
true.
the memory of Toby. A long, long memory of Toby.
Anyway, how's everyone doing today? Hope you're having a good Tuesday on this Happy Place Live on a Tuesday. Today's video title is "What's Your Favorite Disney Memory?" I know it's
No.
it's kind of the what?
Ed, I'm sorry. I gotta go back to the animals for a second. Ed, I was more of a dog person. We can't have them in our apartment, but they could let us have piggies? Oh, guinea pigs. I'm like, you can't have a dog, but you can have a pig? Okay, continue.
Very interesting distinction.
Anyway, today we're going to be talking about, at least to start off with, and then we'll dive into questions and do our traditional virtual ride. But we're going to start with, what's your favorite Disney memory? So it can be from the parks, it could be a movie, but I'm going to have...
I didn't even think of that.
Yeah, think about it. So we're going to give ours. Think about it for a little bit.
I have mine.
Round it up. Do you really?
Yeah.
That's fast.
It doesn't
I don't
include
know.
either of you.
Wow. Anyway, but in the comments, feel free. Try to... Well, Laura's already got hers in. Favorite Disneyland memory. Eating popcorn with my dad, watching the fireworks. That's a good one.
That's nice.
That is a good one.
Yeah, feel free to... You can be quick
That's like
or
the
as detailed
perfect
as possible.
Disney commercial encapsulated.
In front of
Yeah.
the fireworks. I always like your Disneyland Chronicle that you did about the fireworks because it's so, in Walt's head. Like, what he might have been thinking at the time. You literally set up a scenario where he, is there on a perfect night, and he's like, it's still missing something.
Fireworks.
It is. It's a perfect grand finale.
Yeah,
It'll
sorry,
be interesting
buddy.
when...
Oh,
Not to-
no. Betty. Beast Mom had to put her dog down this Friday. Aw, sorry,
Oh,
Betty.
man.
Sorry, Betty and the
Ugh.
Beast.
That's rough.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Hashtag what's honeymoon? Ugh.
What's in Walt's head? Who's this? Who's talking about honeymoon?
Jenny. Honeymoon 22 years ago. Going through Hurricane Irma.
3 years ago.
Oh.
You got stuck in Hurricane Irma?
See, that would be an interesting way to experience the park when it's at its complete, from what I've heard, Disney handles themselves perfectly in those kinds of situations. They
That makes sense.
seem very accommodating and hospitable when you guys can't go in the parks, if they do end up closing the parks early.
Do you think... Oh, what?
Nothing. I want to go into something different.
Do you want to give your memory first? Or do you want
No,
to break
I
off
want
an
to. I
offshoot?
want to ask. I want to do something. So Amy says surprising the kids with a Disney vacation. It'd be interesting to hear both sides of that. Jordan.
Who should go first?
Was that...
Well,
For those that aren't aware, Amy is my supportive mother who's in the chat every single week. And so that's her favorite memory.
we claim her as a surrogate since our parents aren't here.
It's true.
I don't even know if my parents know that we do this.
See, Ed's favorite memory. My dad surprising us on 6-hour notice to fly to Epcot for the first time in '83. We got to go on Horizons the second day it was open.
That's incredible.
Wow.
I wish my parents loved me.
Listen to Javier.
Awesome.
Watching the Bolt movie because it was our first date 12 years ago with my now fiance. Even saved the movie stub to use it in a 3-part surprise engagement. Wow, that's so nice, Javier.
And he's having a Halloween wedding on a Disney cruise.
Disney cruise. That's something awesome.
Amazing.
That's cool.
Did I miss somebody else? Yeah. Oh, Disney Lost Boys and Girls. One of our favorites is playing hide and go seek with Peter Pan and Captain Hook all over Fantasyland. It was a lot of fun, truly magical.
Oh, that's cool.
I love character interactions. That's where, a character interaction is my favorite memory. But we'll talk about that in a bit.
Thanks, everyone. I'm joking. My parents are very supportive. They just never took us to Disney.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, everyone. I wonder how many people in the chat would agree with this. My parents promised me that they were going to take me to Disney growing up, and it did not happen. But it happened often, where they're like, as soon as you can walk, that was the big thing. It's like, once you can walk by yourself and you don't need to be carried and everything, we'll go to Disney.
Yeah. Mine was my youngest
Never went to
brother.
Disney.
Once your youngest brother can walk, we'll go to Disney.
I could walk plenty, and we never went.
You have to be very young to remember the memory of that before you can walk.
There's trauma.
I would say my favorite Disney memory is the first time I got to go to Disney World. I was a junior in high school, and our band got to march in the Disney World parade down Main Street, USA at Magic Kingdom. And I played trumpet, but I was in color guard. I I can still spin, rifle. And we got to stop at the front of Main Street and do like a stand-up performance. And I had to throw a quad in the air. So it was my captain threw 5.
What's a quad?
4 rotations and then catch it. My captain threw 5. And then me and another girl threw 4, and everyone else could only throw 3. My captain dropped hers. She dropped hers, but I caught my quad.
Drama.
In on Main Street, USA. So being able to perform.
People still talk about that who were there in the crowd.
But yeah, being able to perform in a Disney World parade was really, really cool. And then we got to go behind the scenes, and I got yelled at for being on my cell phone. So that's my favorite.
That's a good Disney memory.
And then that band concert, when we came back, it was all Disney themed. So we played the Incredibles theme was really fun to play on trumpet, and Pirates of the Caribbean was fun to play on trumpet. Yeah. You always came to my band concert.
I did. I was in band for a little bit, but then I stopped.
I was in middle school.
Andrew says, so I played Club Penguin and loved to play the mini games with strangers, and I love to spend... What is going on here, Andrew?
So
I didn't play Club Penguin, so I don't remember.
Were we too old for Club Penguin?
Did that happen right
Jordan,
when we
did you do Club Penguin?
I think our age would have had the virtual Magic Kingdom, and Club Penguin sort of came after that.
Okay.
I didn't do either. But I don't know enough about Club Penguin to talk enough about it. But virtual Magic Kingdom was like chat rooms, like heavily moderated chat rooms that were all themed to different areas of the Magic Kingdom. So there were like Pirates of the Caribbean rooms and stuff like that. I don't think Club Penguin was anything like that, but I think it was in the similar vein of people getting online and hanging out.
Like a community. That's kind of nice.
Oh my gosh, breaking news. Jordan's first trip to Disney.
Look at that champion.
Look at you, you're walking.
Yeah, he's walking just fine.
There's the requirement. As long as he was walking.
Look at how happy he is. Oh my gosh, he has a hat.
You know what's crazy? This is probably an irrelevant thought, but I think about it. My mom sent me that picture a few weeks ago, and the first thought I had was, look at that kid, and just a few feet behind him is the People Mover track, and right underneath it is a bathroom that I used very recently. And it's like, that kid was on vacation. He didn't live in Florida when that happened.
It's true.
He didn't know that this place was going to become a very important detail of his life. And
So,
there I am.
Is
Here
this
I am.
before you had your
It's sort of like
siblings?
prophetic.
Did they take you before you had siblings?
I believe at least at that age, my sister would have been there
Oh, okay.
as an infant.
Amazing.
Jenny says, good thing Buster will never have to walk his first time.
Uh,
Oh, this
When
kid is
they
going to be
make
spoiled. He doesn't even know. Like, he's not even going to understand what we had to go through.
Not what we had to go through, but what we didn't have available to us
Yeah.
is more accurate.
This lucky kid.
Also,
it is sort of a go-through thing because we all had the VHSs, we all had the tapes. Like right before Lion King, you had the video where they would show the Magic Kingdom and the kids packing their suitcase, and they'd be like, "Oh, I'm too excited to sleep."
Oh,
And it's
that's
like,
right.
Why are they so excited? Why? How can they not sleep? And it's like I wanted that. I craved that. And I don't remember any of these toddler memories, but
Oh,
what's happening,
it
Michelle?
sounds like your second time was more traumatic from
know
the
it's
news that I'm getting.
why are you cornered?
Look at this
Oh,
one.
no.
Yeah, me and the big guy didn't really get off to a great start.
Oh,
on
no,
that,
Jordan.
Mickey looks devastated.
We've patched things up. He doesn't look devastated. He looks severely annoyed.
Jenny and James, some of our friends say, James says, I was told I had Six Flags Great America. Why would I need anything else? It was the only theme park in the vicinity. Going through that, we're way backlogged on the chat. I gotta see what's going on.
We did have Fun World in Brookfield, Wisconsin.
We did have Fun
Furled.
World.
2 of the letters burnt out. We just called it furled for a while. It's very Wisconsin.
First trip in '94 with my family, and we stayed at Dixie Landings. Fell in love with Epcot. What's Dixie Landings?
I believe that is now the former name of what is now Port Orleans.
Oh.
It's a nice little area. But now I want to be corrected if I'm wrong. I think it's called Port Orleans or the French Quarter or something right now. But it's like every hotel has a story here in Disney World too. And so I need to... Riverside.
I think Epcot is the most interesting
Which is
park.
Port Orleans, I think.
Because I think Epcot's the most interesting park because even when people go with semi-interest in Disney, go to Disney World for the first time, the whole resort, when they go to Epcot, I don't think anyone really exactly knows what it is. Until they're like,
Yeah.
You have to be feet on the ground walking through that to be like, yeah, this park's amazing.
It's so hard to like sum it up too, because it's two very different ideas that somehow coalesce like perfectly together. Because you have the Future World and the World Showcase, and well, Future World's gonna be dead with this new
World,
new-
everything.
Oh, Club
World,
Penguin was
yeah. The world will
2007
still
and
be there.
2012. Yeah, we were on MySpace at that point.
They also had a
What
chat
was
game called
what was your
Toontown.
MySpace song?
Oh, something heavily emo. Probably Paramore.
Nice.
Paramore or Fall Out Boy.
I think I had a song by Muse for a long time. It shifted from Muse to Jack Johnson.
Ugh.
It's quite
That
the
was-
range.
I know for the longest time mine was "Let's Go Fly a Kite."
That makes sense.
Right, yeah, it does make sense. That was your favorite movie.
Yeah, it is.
So, Daddy, as a kid, we would only go yearly for my dad's company picnic. At Disney?
That'd be awesome.
That's amazing. That's like when your dad would have the company picnic at the Wisconsin Dells.
That's true.
That
It
was
always a big
exciting.
deal. That was our Disneyland.
Yeah.
The Dells. Back in '96, my mom's side of the family just came to the States from the Philippines, and we brought them to Disneyland for the very first time. Watching their expressions entering the park was perfect. Right before this quarantine happened, my sister and her husband were coming to visit. And I don't know.
long.
They've been married for a long time. My sister and her husband were coming to visit, and it was going to be their first time. Remember, like, we didn't travel a lot in my family growing up, so the first time I saw mountains or the ocean was when I moved to California to work. So I was experiencing everything for the first time as I was driving across the country in my Dodge Stratus. And so...
A Stratus.
Yeah, the Stratus. And so my sister was... They didn't take a honeymoon, so they were finally going to come out. And they had the tickets booked, and we were going to we were going to go hard at Disney. We were going to do Universal. We were going to do the full round. I was so excited to show them for that purpose. I wanted to get the experience of when you walk in and they see everything and experience everything for the first time. And now it's delayed indefinitely.
That was a really cool experience. My brother, he had never been to Disney, and when did they come out? That was was that around? When did they come out?
August?
No, it was raining.
September?
They came out, and my brother had never been to Disney, and my brother is not one to get excited about things. But him at Disney, it was like a little kid. It was so much fun, and he was just awestruck by everything. So, yeah, I think taking people to Disney who have never been there before is so much fun.
It is. It's so much fun. And we got to do that with Joey.
That's true. Well, and Jordan, I even feel like when I went the first time with band, I didn't know... I missed so much at Disney because I didn't know anything. So going with you when we went in 2010, it was kind of like my first time all over again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
John says, I had a VHS as a kid that was just an advertisement for Disney World, and I just loved that tape. I didn't get to Disney World until I was 23 in 2018. See?
Wow.
Jordan, are those the tapes that we would always watch at your house, right?
Yep, because they were free.
Yeah.
And there would be a new one every year.
Mm-hmm.
So it's I had to collect them. So I probably had 6 or 7 at one point.
Ed says Dixie Landing is now Riverside.
Which I believe is part of Port Orleans. But I could be wrong again.
Okay.
Ed does know all.
Orleans, Riverside, and Port Orleans French Quarter on the other side.
We need an Ed corner.
A couple more memories from Disney Lost Boys and Girls.
Being able to have a private tea party with Alice and the Mad Hatter.
Oh, yeah.
That's cool.
Also piloting the Mark Twain. Oh.
Going on a mission with V. Marathi.
Are those all things you've done?
Yeah, I'm assuming.
We've done a mission. Well, kind of.
Not where she sends a child.
No. We watched her do a different one.
One of the last time I was in Galaxy's Edge, I don't know what I was doing. I think I was waiting on something. So I was just sitting at a table, just sort of taking everything in. And Vi Marathi comes up the stairs. I was sitting right by the docking bay. And she comes up the stairs, and out of the corner of my eye, I see someone from a different place, coming, rapidly walking, really fast. And, it was enough to get my attention. And he walks straight to her. And it was like another tourist, civilian, looked just like us. And he's like, this is a message from General Organa. And he handed it to her as a piece of paper. And then he ran. I don't know what the message said, but it was one of the most amazing things I've ever seen in Galaxy's Edge.
Awesome.
It's an important message from General Organa, and then he ran. So who knows what that message said?
Holy crap.
You two haven't shared your favorite memories.
We haven't yet, but Laura asked a question. Michelle and Joey, what ride do you want your child to experience first?
Jungle Cruise.
Oh, that's such a good one. It's such a good one. I mean, with my laugh, there's no way that kid's not laughing while we're on the ride, right?
Oh, yeah. He's going to charm the hearts of the skippers. Oh. Is Skipper going to be his name? Buster Skipper? Skipper Buster?
Skipper Buster!
The little skipper.
Jordan, what's your favorite memory?
Traumatizing Mickey Mouse?
I did get a surprise vacation to Disney World, which is arguably the best way to experience it. You get to somehow we had made it to Florida. We were in the park before we realized we were going to be staying there for the week, and so that was very cool. And that was after a very long drought, if you will. So I hadn't been since I was 4 or 5 years old, probably younger than that. And I think I was like, I would have been like 13, 14 at that point. So I was like old enough to really take in everything. And so I was obsessed with Disney at that point. But then I think that trip really changed everything. That's sort of when it became a mania, became an obsession. But,
would you be okay sharing the the April Fool's joke?
Oh.
Yes. But I want to actually... We'll do that next week, because I want to find it, and we need to read it verbatim.
Okay.
All right, so a tease for next week is the world's greatest April Fool's joke for a kid who loves Disney World occurred in
Jordan's
2006.
household.
I don't know. And next week, Jordan has all the actual physical evidence from it. So next week we'll do a deep dive into it because it's kind of incredible.
That's one of my favorite Disney stories I've ever heard.
So be sure to come back next week so Jordan can share the world's greatest April Fool's trick.
Share it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tybalt, I bought an invisible dog leash from the magic store at Disneyland and walked around with it and blew a lot of people's minds, and they all wanted to know where I got it. That's cool.
I go in the magic store all the time, and I'm always, like, bummed. I just don't... I've never had an experience in there. Like, I hear people, like, walk in, and all of a sudden, like, they're doing tricks. I just want to buy a trick. I love magic so much. There's the Magician of Frontierland, and I've never seen him yet. Like, street magic is one of my favorite things of all time. And I just
That's where Steve Martin got to start.
I know!
In show business.
So cool.
Joey
I love the magic store on Disneyland because it's literally like the last remaining remnant of like that original idea of Main Street. Because Main Street, when it opened, I guess there was a gift shop concept, but it wasn't as overdone as it is today. So, like, the original Main Street was full of actual, like, shops. There was, like, candle stores and antique stores. I know, like, New Orleans Square went heavy on it, but there's, like, pictures of, like, candle stores where they're literally, like, thousands and thousands of candles hanging everywhere. And
if there was a candle store on Main Street, if there was a Disney candle store, we'd be in trouble.
That would do so well. Today,
I would drop so much money on Disney candles.
Let's see. Lauren, this is the funny puppet, Joey. Someday. He's up there. There he is.
He's the angel of
yeah.
Yeah, what did we... My memories now... Oh, your guys' memories are very exciting. Mine is, like, recent. The best, like, character interaction I've ever had was the morning we were there... We were there with our friends doing a character breakfast, and I was still bummed about not getting a Rise of the Resistance. And so, like, I'm alone. I'm sitting by myself, and, like, Michelle and, like, our nephew, per se, and our friend were there, and they were up at the buffet and getting ready. And so I'm sitting down, and Pluto walks over, and all these little kids are getting pictures with, like, animals or with the characters, and then Pluto's like comes over to me like I'm there eating by myself trying to cheer me up, and he's like, and I'm like, oh hey, and like I didn't have a camera on me. Like it's so weird in Happy Place Explorers because you're always wanting to film when something cool happens, and I didn't have a camera, I wasn't filming. So Pluto walks over and he's like, can't talk but is miming like, do you want like a picture or anything? And I'm like, Pluto, I just want to get on Rise of the Resistance. And then he whips out the chair, sits down across from me, and borderline breaks character without talking as he goes, I have been on it.
He didn't say it, but he mimed
He mimed that he had been on the ride. And I was like, I'm like, shut up. He's like, he's just nodding. And I'm having this, like, crazy character interaction with Pluto. Because he's, like, sharing how amazing it is. I'm like, is it as good as everyone says? He's like, it's so good. He's like, he's miming everything, not talking at all. And he's like, I'm like, Pluto, how do I get on? He's like, goes like this, 1 second. He stands up, grabs my arm, picks me, like, takes me away.
All of a sudden, we're coming back to the table with food, and I'm seeing Joey dragged across the restaurant by Pluto, and I'm like, What did you do?
Pluto takes me up to a manager who's trying to get his attention. The manager's like, what do you need? And it's very confusing for everybody because I don't know what Pluto's doing. And the manager is trying to stay in character, and Pluto's staying in character but not saying anything, just miming. And I was like, I go to the manager, I'm like, we were just talking about how, like, I need to go on Rise of the Resistance. And Pluto, like, starts, like, nodding like this. And the manager, like, awkwardly looks at me and then looks at Pluto and looks at me. It's like... We can't because there's no boarding passes left. It's just, and we're all just standing there, and then Pluto puts his hands into puts his face into his hands, and then I'm just like, oh, and then so we go back, and it's all sad, and then I'm like, thank you, Pluto, and I gave him a hug, and then I went back and sat down, and then Pluto came sprinting back over, and grabbed a chair, 2 chairs actually. He grabbed 1 chair and then 2 chairs. And then sat down in one of the chairs, and then put his hand down for me to sit in the other chair. And then we rode Rise of the Resistance together, and it was nice. But that's the best character interaction I've ever had at Disney.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
it was really
cool. Insane. I
And
felt like a little kid,
photo.
and I sort of forgot. At one point, I forgotten that it wasn't just me and Pluto. Like, I forgot that I was in a character room. I'm sure everyone was looking at me like, they're crazy right now. Like, what's happening with these two as they're running around the restaurant?
Can you imagine if Pluto gave you a boarding pass or somehow was able to facilitate that?
That'd be the best Disney story of all time.
It would be. There'd be no other way to get it after that. Pluto is the best. Pluto's my favorite.
Disney Lost Boys and Girls said, Pluto is fantastic. He was the first character we gave a candy cane to during the holidays last year. Do people give candy canes to characters?
Do we need
Is that
to
a thing?
do something?
Yeah. Should we
I'm
doing this
familiar
right?
with that as well.
Disney Lost Boys and Girls, explain further.
Yeah, I'm curious now.
Pluto, there's nothing that could be done. Not even Pluto could pull strings to get me on Rise of the Resistance.
I like how I probably am reading into this, but the way you explained it made me envision like the manager maybe thought that you had like asked Pluto yourself if he could do anything, and Pluto decided to go ask management. He's like, I can't do anything, but let me go talk to my supervisor, see what we can do.
But they all had to be mimed.
Yeah,
It was like, I don't know what's going on.
Well, Laura has brought something new to my attention. There's a candle company that creates candles that smell like Disney.
Yeah. You didn't know about these?
No!
They smell like
I don't
Disney.
know about anything.
They smell like
Most
Disney
of the time,
vibes.
I
Every
get
other
on this
Disney
chat,
channel on YouTube.
and you two boys are like, guess what is happening at Disney? And I'm like, what? You two chat, and I don't know anything.
There are candles that smell like rice.
Well,
at
I'm
Disney.
assuming that you kept that from me on purpose, and now I'm going to Google it.
You can get
So
one
thank you,
You
Laura.
can get one that smells like Haunted Mansion. You can get one that smells like Pirate's Water.
Pirate water.
Yeah.
There's a lot of interesting things where I'm curious if they're actually similar. Has anyone ever actually gotten those candles?
I'm about to. Where'd the name go?
That's a good question. Yeah. And
She
wait on
posted it.
Magic Candle Company.
Laura, did you ever get one? We're curious what they smell like.
That's right. They have a Rome burning one that smells
Use
like
the
a
code
spaceship Earth.
Disney Info if you buy from Magical Candle Co. to get 15% off.
In all red. Please note, due to extremely high order volumes, there's a delay. Like, I just
Very
want to
tough
smell Disney!
People are upset.
Oh my gosh, they have essential oils.
Interesting. So you can like diffuse it.
Andrew said, hold on, we got a few things. Thomas Hill wrote a memory. Okay, hold on. So Andrew said that he is going to make HPX Lego characters, which sounds amazing.
Yes. I endorse it.
Yeah, then Laura said we
Right.
need HPX characters or Funko Pops. Someone should draw us. That would be my happiest thing. I would change the
Oh, that'd
logo
be
if
amazing.
somebody drew us. Alright, Thomas Hill says, my sister and I rode Primeval Whirl in Dinoland, USA like 4 times in a row. There was no line. Simple, but it was a fun bonding experience. It made me even more excited to see Jordan's video on it. That's a good one.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
That's some stamina right there.
4 times.
One ride on Primeval Whirl is kind of incredible. 4 in a row. That's respectful.
Tybalt says, does anyone remember the barrel bridge in Frontierland we used to run over and it rocked all over the place? Isn't that still there? On Tom Sawyer's Island? I thought last time I was at Tom Sawyer's Island, I ran across a barrel bridge.
I know there's one in Magic Kingdom.
I'm pretty sure it's still there. I don't know.
Cool.
Ben is not Ren says, Joy's Rise of the Resistance fails. My favorite Disney memory.
Mine too.
Yeah.
Since I still haven't been on it.
Ed says, if I only would have talked to Chip and Dale.
Oh, that was funny. When you did that, Jordan, when we went in 2010, we were getting pictures with Chip and Dale, and you screamed, "Hey, look at those squirrels!" or something like that. And I was like, what are you doing? And then they, like, went off. And that's the first time I had learned about, like, those secret little interactions that you could have with characters.
Yeah, you can have fun with them.
Amy says churro toffee candle, which is a great idea. But then Rich says, yeah, not telling my wife that there's a Disney scent candle.
The Haunted Mansion one smells like vanilla. The Pirate Water one used to smell just like the bromine of Pirates of the Caribbean. The contemporary Norwegian ones are gorgeous. Oh, is it 7 yet? I have some shopping to do.
Magic Candle Company,
Got a
their hand
full cart.
sanitizers aren't great, so you won't skip that. But their candles are okay. But the Jungle Boat one smells like Old Spice.
Oh, okay, I'll
That's a
skip
good
that one.
warning, Laura.
Thank
you. Our host is an
Trying to-
artist as well as an animator. He would be more than happy to draw you a new logo. Of Disney Lost Boys and Girls? That's interesting.
Ooh.
She likes Splash because it smells like bromine. Yep.
What's
Sweet bromine.
Is that
bromine? Is it chlorine?
It's like it's the chemical that they put in the water to treat it, and that's what that smell is. It's like chlorine, but I
Oh.
guess it doesn't. It's less harsh.
I thought it was
It
chlorine
doesn't like
this
stain
whole time.
clothes and things like that.
Hi, Blake.
Blake.
Any other Disney candle?
Mouse waffles. Cool.
I think we're caught up. I think we're caught up on the chat, everyone. Oh.
You did it.
Well, feel free if you're
Now
joining us
overwhelm
later.
him.
Yeah, if you're joining us later, feel free to share your favorite Disney memory. We'll talk about it in the chat.
Andrew just posted one.
What did Andrew say?
One of my favorite memories, it was I'm assuming your birthday, and I brought little cards that said thank you, and we gave the workers, and I gave one to an employee, and she let me cut the line.
That's
Happy
so
birthday.
nice.
We are trash. That's so nice.
That's so nice. Oh,
It's-
that is a good memory.
It's definitely worth, not to like get freebies or anything, but like if you're celebrating anything, or if it's literally your birthday or something like that, you get that button. You present that you're celebrating something, and Disney cast members are like the best about just little stuff like that can like actually
It's crazy how often
transform the day.
the birthday button has come into play. Like, they'll, like, as you're walking by, they'll make an effort to be like, hey, happy birthday! And you're like, oh, okay, thank you. Like, you forget it's your birthday until they make sure you don't forget.
Uh-huh.
My favorite Disney memory, this is from Blake, my favorite Disney memory was when I went on Rock and Roller Coaster for the first time. It's the best ride. That's a good one.
I remember the first. That's one ride I remember going on for the first time. I was like, "This is cool."
I don't remember it because we went. I remember going on it, but I don't remember anything about the ride because it's so fast and so dark, and I felt like all of Hollywood Studios was a whirlwind. I don't even remember the actual Tower of Terror.
I do, because Jordan and I went on it like 3 times in a row.
I think I only went on it once. Oh,
Hello.
Allie's like, I'm very hungry.
Yeah.
Ed says, so yes, Ed, we do
we
know.
have to track down Ed's video.
Oh, is he in it? He says, don't know if you guys know the Tim Tracker is. We do. We were big fans. Or I was a really big fan. I don't know how everybody else was. I don't watch him as much anymore. But on our visit in 2017, I was wearing one of his merch T-shirts, and he just came up to me out of the blue on Main Street and took a photo with me, which is amazing. I'd do that if I ever saw anybody in one of our shirts. I don't know what I would do if I ever saw
You
it.
would freak
Oh, I would-
out.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely.
Yes.
You definitely say something.
I mean, we got excited last week with Ed and Javier. We showcased, got a whole segment on the podcast, or on the show.
What's crazy about the Tim tracker is when you don't live in the parks, he's like because he's like there every day. And so that was sort of, when I didn't live here, I watched him a lot more. And so he's like in the parks every day. And I know they just had a kid or whatnot, but it's like, I have seen so many people in my travels at Disney World. I have met the president of this company over 3 times. I have not seen Tim Tracker once. For some reason, that equation doesn't compute to me.
That is
I
weird.
think it probably has to do with they had a kid.
He's back at the parks now. He posted a video on Universal Studios today. It was nice to,
That makes me nervous.
I mean, it sounds like it's going really well. Everybody seems to. I mean, we haven't seen any. I don't know if there's any evidence of something spiking yet, but Betty says Beast's memory is going on grad night in '96 and having the park all to themselves and staying up all night with no parental supervision.
See, that is just
That's better than anything that happened in Hartford.
Do you know what our high school graduation was? We got locked into our school's gym. There was an inflatable riding bull. I think there was a hypnotist.
Yeah, there was.
And I believe together we won the raffle for a Brita water filter.
Oh, that's right. We got to win prizes. I got a quesadilla maker.
And apparently a Brita water filter with Jordan.
I don't remember that.
Jordan remembers it fondly.
That was one of the greatest. I never really won anything in my life, so that was special.
Laura says she's a fan of Adam LeWoo and Justin Scared.
I've met
Am I
both of
saying it
them
right?
in my travels.
I know you
so
have, yeah. I've met Adam. Adam is really nice. We, the same day I was petting, the video I posted where I, pet the Triceratops, I met a lot of people that day. That was, the day before we went to Hawaii.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Jordan, how often do you go to Disney World? Pre-COVID.
I haven't gone in a long time.
But before COVID.
Oh, before that, I was probably going 2 or 3 times a week.
2 or 3 times a week?
Generally.
Wow. That sounds amazing.
It was. It seems so long ago.
I just want Ohana.
See, can you imagine living close to Ohana and not going? I'm
No.
so cheap. That's the problem.
I would
It's expensive.
probably
It's
max
not
out a
cheap.
credit card.
See, I don't even want to put that idea in my head.
Why? What is it?
It's that they were supposed to be fed over an hour ago. And
They're very hungry. He looks so sad.
He's trying to share his favorite Disney memory with you.
Aw, what's your favorite Disney memory?
he's like, when you guys leave.
Aw.
Oh, all the kids who were graduating this year that probably would have had grad night. And they didn't get to go.
Oh, I know.
Oh, yeah, that's a bummer.
Also, Ben is not Ren. I'm going to get a shirt for my next trip and hope I run into you. We'll arrange
Excellent.
it. I mean, pending as
You don't need a shirt to run into us.
If you see us, feel free to say hello. It's going to be so interesting, right? Because we talked about it last week. When the kid comes, there's going to have to be the foot off the gas for Happy Place West for a while. Besides the fact that obviously it's going to be challenging to raise a kid, but
I'm ditching it. I'm going to go ride Rise of the Resistance.
I mean, you've earned that after 9 months.
yeah, that's true.
Thank
Michelle
you.
definitely deserves some trips. I have no problem staying home. It's more of Michelle just has to remember to film.
Guys, I really...
You have to be there for her first time.
I don't know how we're going to do that. I don't even know how that's
We
going to
have
work.
a front
You have
loader.
You have connections.
We're going to bring the baby. We're like, all right. We're vlogging with the 2-month-old in COVID America.
No, we will not be doing that. We'll figure it out.
Anyway. That's right. Jenny did offer. They have offered to watch the baby so Michelle can go.
So there you go.
Yeah. Hold on, Tybalt. My girlfriend and I were at Disney, and these water jets that bounce back and forth, and sometimes one stays on for 15 seconds. I held her up in front of it, stayed on, and we were both soaked. And
I think those are the jumping fountains in front of the Imagination building in Epcot.
I was thinking,
Which-
like, at Disney World, couldn't you used to rent motor sports boats and go around the lagoon? Or am I,
believe
making that
so.
up?
Yeah.
That's what I thought. I was like, I'm gonna rent a jet ski at Disney World.
At a front loader, it's called a snuggie. A snuggle? A snuggly.
No, we have like a
Huh?
One of those
Baby Bjorn?
Baby Bjorns.
backpack where you put the kid in it.
You could
The front.
you could probably get a themed one.
No, we already have one. I could put
Oh.
pins on it. Finally, a place to put pins.
It's true.
No, it might poke the child.
Laura
Ugh.
Rivers and Mrs. the Sky Buckets. Is that the Skyway?
Yeah, I would love to go.
That's
on
one of my bucket list. I mean, that would have been one of my bucket list items if I could go back in time. Hey,
Hey.
Disneyland today. Chase is here.
Hey, Chase. Yeah, Tybalt said, thank you, jumping fountains. The jumping fountains at Epcot when I went the first time in high school, I really just enjoyed being by the jumping fountains. I don't know why.
There's something very calming
There
about,
is.
and there's something really empowering about stopping one.
Yeah.
Not today, Fountain. Thomas
today.
still says, I'll always remember riding Expedition Everest for the first time, mostly because it was the first time I rode a roller coaster. I was not prepared.
And that, going back to one of those first trips, we got to ride that in the first year before it was Disco Yeti, before at least I was fully immersed into the internet. So today it's so hard to go in fresh without having any kind of spoilers. I had no idea what was going to happen going on Expedition Everest for the first time, and so that's crazy. That's a great first ride for sure. Expedition Everest.
Bunsen asks a great question. Has anyone ever been to River Country? Bunsen, have you been to River Country?
I bet you Ed's been to River Country. Wait, is that...
That's one of the water
That
parks.
is
in
the former.
Oh,
It was
the first water park in Disney World.
right.
yeah, I'm just here.
It used water from the lake.
Ooh.
It was like fresh water. It's really weird. The concept is not a good idea.
It seemed like you would swim out like it was like fenced in,
Mm-hmm.
but they closed it.
Interesting.
They closed it.
They're supposedly building a hotel like right by where it was. So
Wait, what happened
able to-
with the Star Wars hotel? Ow! Why is he trying to assault me from the inside? Okay, we're good. Sorry.
cats
Hi,
are-
Jason.
They're starting to revolt.
No, the
Better late
baby.
than ever.
What happened to the
Typhoon
Star
Lagoon
Wars?
used to be so much better.
Bunsen has been to River Country. That is questions you will have to ask, Jordan.
Yeah, I'll have to get more info. Typhoon Lagoon, when I went last, which was probably like 10 years ago, I have a memory of swimming actually you could go snorkeling, like with fish,
Oh.
and it was
Oh,
amazing.
that's right. They got
But
rid
they
of that
don't
now.
have it anymore.
Yeah, they filled it in with sand.
And I'm not a swimmer or
Okay.
water park guy by any stretch, so that was the only appeal for Typhoon Lagoon for me.
Thank you, Chase, for answering my question.
What?
Because you two boys didn't.
I missed Michelle's question.
I asked 2 times what happened to the Star Wars hotel. And Chase
I
let
was
me know.
thinking,
Chase is on top of it. DisneylandToday.net. Head over there. There's a whole
he's the one to
blog of
have it.
information.
He's the newsman.
Yeah.
So,
That's the source.
It'll resume
It says-
construction.
yeah.
If it hasn't already, they definitely didn't scrap it. Okay.
so it's not. Yeah, it is not scrapped. But I did hear it was one of the original things that when they were putting projects, like taking the gas off projects,
It'll be considerably scaled back, likely.
Yeah. Or just a later opening. It's one of the two. I would do a later opening and scale back. The whole reason people want to do that is for it to be a real experience.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. We'll see. I'm sure. But yeah, Chase is right. They did not scrap it, so it'll be coming.
Okay.
Baby's expected for Star Wars Baby's excited for Star Wars Hotel and Attractions.
Yes,
Probably.
the baby.
I mean, that's probably a really good point. That's going to be... We won't go to the Star Wars thing until that kid's like 5. And then it's going to be amazing.
That's an interesting idea, because the parks for us growing up, they were distant and they were foreign. But this kid, Baby Buster, is going to literally grow up with frequent Disneyland trips happening. It's going to be a regular part of his childhood.
Yeah.
You, as parents, have a responsibility to not let him get jaded by that.
I know.
He needs to know that the magic is
Can we use that as a grounding technique?
there.
Well, then we're not going to Disney this weekend.
Ollie, come here.
You don't get to use Max Pass next time you go.
Yeah.
You're going to wait in line.
Apparently we don't. Oh, what a traumatic experience.
He doesn't want to be held. He wants food.
It's okay. Everything is great.
Cats.
Yeah, sorry. Oh,
It's like, feed me.
A lot of good memories.
yeah.
In the
That's been
chat,
fun.
in our lives.
Oh, back to Roman. All right.
Oh man.
One second, we
Still
can't hear you
Roman.
because the cat ripped out the
Continues.
earbuds.
Roman is still recovering from his shipwreck off the Australian coast. I didn't know he had a shipwreck.
Man.
What about
He's
the
the most adventurous
emus?
pope.
Oh, man. Anyone who hasn't been here before is like, wow.
Mr. Marvel says, I loved Electronica at California Adventure. They had it during the time of Tron Legacy, when Tron Legacy was in theaters, and it felt like it was being on the grid from Tron Legacy.
That sounds cool.
Yeah, what is that?
I thought it was... we didn't go to it, but I think we walked through it, like, when it was not happening. I have, like, a vivid memory of walking through it, because it was, like, right where, right in front of Monsters, Inc. ride.
I thought that was Mad
that
Tea
area.
Party.
Yeah.
Or not Mad
It
Tea...
became that.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Oh, so it was pre-Mad Tea Party. Would that have been... Because remember when we did the 24-hour...
No. I remember it.
Jordan wasn't there.
The 24-hour
I
Disneyland?
wasn't there.
How long
Jordan
did we
wasn't there.
I know. I'm just saying, how long did we stay at 24
We were
hours?
there for 18 hours. And I was done.
It's just so
6
crazy.
hours, that's all.
I know, it's so crazy.
Here's another Disney memory that I have when fast forward a few years after that first trip, I had a job and could afford to spend a little money on other frivolous trips. And so there would be times where, kind of like Ed's story, where it would be within a week or two, me and my dad, we'd find good deals on airfare or on hotels or something, and we'd be like, oh, we're just going to go to Disney World next week. And that's the best way to do it, either being in the park or fast forwarding or not having to wait a long time. But when it's just two people who are, loco por Disney, there's that sort of energy. And so we were like the super tourists. So we were great at Fast Pass. That was back when Fast Pass was the ticket, and you had to go to each of the kiosks to get it. And that was also where extra magic hours were insane, where you'd have an hour extra in the morning and up to 3-4 extra hours at night.
Oh, wow.
Sometimes at the same park. And we never messed around with park hoppers, because the time that it takes to go from one park to another is a waste of time. So we would do these super stretches, parks every day for 5 or 6 days, getting up at 6 o'clock to be at the park at 7, going till midnight, 1 o'clock for extra magic hours, getting in every last little drip drop to get up at 6, 7 o'clock the next morning so we could do the same thing at Epcot. Oh man. And you guys bailed on a 24-hour day. 18 hours, and it just blows my...
But we had to drive back. We had like a 45-minute drive.
You know what it,
that we had to
there
survive.
are so many hotels around the Disneyland area.
Here's what killed it. Okay, so we were there. I don't know if anyone else in
What
the chat
killed
was
it was
there.
Tarzan's tree.
Well, Michelle was not happy for that.
Oh.
Okay. I don't know if anyone else in the chat was there for 24-hour Disneyland when they did that, but we went, and we were there for 18 hours, and the issue was in the morning at 6 a.m. when the park opened. It was 6 a.m. when the park opened. We were there right away in the morning. We walked in, and it wasn't busy at all. And it wasn't busy until maybe starting to get around 4 o'clock. And then what happened was around 8 p.m. or something, like whatever the time was, when it was starting to get to night, you couldn't move in Disneyland.
Yeah.
It was like it had reached capacity, and so what ultimately played into it was we were just like, this isn't fun anymore. We're exhausted. We can't get on any rides. All of the lines, like Small World, is a 2-hour wait.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And that's the thing about Disneyland. It's a locals park, so people came after work for 24-hour Disney, and then it just got...
It was crazy.
Probably all the people that were there at 6 o'clock with you were there with the intention of doing the full 24.
At 6 a.m.? Oh, probably. Yeah. I mean, there were people, we did hear, like, people were just taking naps because they had the Muppet. Yeah, the Muppet Theater was just showing, like, Pixar shorts. And so that's how people were just going in there to take naps.
Congratulations, Pixar.
Yeah. Oh, see the cats, Laura. Sorry, Rebecca. We've done Magic Kingdom for rope drop at 3 a.m. before. Holy crap.
From rope drop to 3 a.m.
Oh. Whoa. That's crazy. Oh, guys. Well, we're coming up on 7 o'clock. We didn't ride
Thomas.
any rides. What happened?
One of my best theme park related memories is from last year stumbling across this pretty sweet theme park channel called Happy Place Explorers. Thanks for all the good times.
Oh, Thomas.
Oh,
thank you.
That's so nice.
Yeah. That's one of my favorite memories, too. Wait, that's not... Let me rephrase that. Not that... Well, we found you. It's hard. We're glad you're here, Thomas. We're glad this whole thing has become memories for us.
As we say every week, it's you guys watching that make us keep going, you know? It's not... like, we love sharing the Disney, like... enthusiasm. Jordan loves sharing all of his knowledge through all the history videos. Obviously, when we're in the park, we love sharing that, but really it's engaging with you guys, so that's why the live streams have been kind of great. It's really good to get to know you guys. I mean, just the fact that we know so much about each other now. Ed, Laura, Javier, Tybalt, like, everybody's in it. Jenny, Betty. Yeah, I could go through the whole list. You guys are all regulars, and it's amazing.
People are saying hello to one another.
Yeah, that's
it's
awesome.
amazing.
And I feel like now, like, when we go to the parks, even more so, we can be like, oh, Ed said something about this. Betty said something about that.
Yeah.
It'll make it even more fun, I think.
Andrew, Jason.
Andrew, you know what's funny? I saw the Kyber Crystal video a long time ago, and I found you guys again. Yeah, you're welcome for that.
I appreciate that at least you found us again. Because it's like the Kyber Crystal, it's nice that it brings people in, but it's not very similar to other stuff.
It's not really what we do.
Anyway, Disney Lost Boys and Girls, have a great night. Thanks for joining us next week, Tuesday. It was really fun having you weigh in this week. Anyway, it is 7:01. We should probably close out. We didn't ride a ride this week. We just talked too much.
We rode the ride of memories.
Wait, Laura, which land would you live in?
In Disneyland?
New Orleans.
Yeah, New Orleans Square.
Yeah.
Well, hold on. Galaxy's Edge.
I knew you were gonna change to that. I would do New Orleans Square.
Galaxy's Edge.
Jordan?
I think you're right. I think New Orleans Square. That's where Walt would have lived if he had seen it through.
Mm-hmm.
Although his apartment on Main Street would be pretty quaint and lovely as well, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Main Street USA would
But
be pretty cool.
his ultimate dream was to look out on the rivers of America every night.
Oh, yeah. See, Laura and Betty get it. All right, everyone. Got to feed our cats and feed ourselves. So.
That is quite literally what's about to happen.
Yes.
So thank you all for joining us, as you do every week. We appreciate it. And yeah, I guess anyone else.
I was born in Toontown. I don't need to live there.
On that note,
I guess thanks again for joining us, and until next time, we'll see you, Jordan.
In the happy place. Bye.